Hi YouTube, it's Kristen. Today I wanted to share some recent book purchases, used books from the used bookstore. I have a couple little free library freebies and one that I got at an antique store. But I have a big stack of books, so it's going to be a little while for this video. This was one of the freebies, and even though it's got some water damage, the pages inside are in good enough condition. I could definitely use these in junk journals, so that was a really nifty find. I also got several Christmas books, and even though I'm actually not really planning to make a bunch of this kind of Christmas journal for 2024, some of these were just too good to pass up, so I got this little Junior Elf book, which is very cute, and the Christmas Snowman, which is one of my favorites just for the illustrations, another Junior Elf book. That one's very sweet. And this is a pretty old copy of this Mickey Mouse book, which I don't find the really old ones all that often, so when I do, I usually pay close attention to them. This one, the spine is already coming apart, so it will be perfect for a junk journal. And I know the Disney stories appeal to lots of people, so that will be a fun one to use. This one I actually got at an antique store, so I think I might have paid $8 for it, so I'm actually not going to make this into a junk journal. I just loved the illustration on here. This is one that I have never seen before. It's pretty old because it's got this style on the back. The other thing that's really cool about it, you might be able to see, is the gold lettering and gold details throughout here and the title and everything. It's in really good shape for being as old as it is. The other thing, these illustrations are in a number of these Night Before Christmas books, but again, I don't know if you can see, there's gold metallic details in here, like all the antlers are gold there, the sleigh has gold on it, all these little artistic flourishes have gold metallic, so it's one of the prettiest versions of this book I have ever seen. And here the copyright says 1949, so I think that's probably the actual year, because sometimes the copyright date that it shows is previous to when the book was actually published, but I think this might be an accurate one. And gosh, it's cool. And it's so funny because actually this cover doesn't go with the style of the illustrations on the inside. This is very Victorian styled. This one is definitely like mid-century, but I just love this. So I'm actually going to use it for decoration at Christmas time. I also found this one. This is a wonder book, Waiting for Santa Claus. And I liked this one because it's also an older one. It's got this inside back page, very sweet illustrations. So I will probably make a junk journal with that one. So these are three other books that I just got for my own personal use. They'll go into my library. The Pooh Party book I got because I have never seen this one before. I've always loved Winnie the Pooh, and I do have a Pooh craft book that is probably the same vintage. It's downstairs, so I don't have it with me to check. I'm not sure if it's the same author, but it's in this style, so it reminds me of that. This also said, I don't know where I saw that, but there's also Winnie the Pooh cookbook. Oh, right here. The same author did the Pooh cookbook. So it would be fun to find that one someday. This is in excellent condition. It's not I don't think this is, I wouldn't call this junk journal worthy because it's just in too nice a condition, and I think it's so cute. The party ideas, oh, they're here. They've got things like a Woozle Wizzle snow party, a honey tasting party for Pooh, a picnic, swimming, and expedition party, a spring party, an Eeyore birthday party. So I just thought this was a really sweet book. And then these, I've mentioned before that I really love Brian Wildsmith's illustrations. They're very bold, they're very colorful. He does a lot of animals. And they're also very mid-century style, which I love. So I found these two and I just had to get them for myself. So I actually use these books as inspiration for various kinds of art that I do. I do textile art sometimes. I do painting with both watercolors and acrylics. So these are just kind of inspirational for me for that. And I love all these animals he does. They're just so cool. So, oh, there's a tea kettle. Yeah, so this is just for me. His owls are particularly wonderful. So this one is, I'm going to be keeping that one. And then also this one, the illustrations in general are not as appealing to me as the alphabet one. But what this one has that's really cool is kind of a quilt-like sensibility. And I'm also a quilter, textile artist. So this kind of thing gives me various ideas for quilt projects that I might do. So that was one reason I got this one. If push came to shove, and this has happened to me numerous times over the years when we've moved, I have had to get rid of books, and it always pains me. This one might be one that I might sell in the future, just if I didn't have the shelf space for it or something. But I would not get rid of this one because I love that. Okay, so my next pile is, these are all little golden books, and there's a variety of things. Let's see. This stack, I'm going to separate because that's kind of a series there. These are ones that I got mainly for, I kind of went to the store thinking, I'm not going to get a bunch of little golden books. I don't need a bunch. And then I came home with a bunch. So I just always like the alphabet ones. These are fun. This is a pretty old one. It's got the old style back. There's no barcode. It was 29 cents. I'm pretty sure I found the date. Oh, this was a 1959 one. So this kind of thing, I might only use the pages and not the cover, but because it's a very old cover, I think that might be appealing. Also, it might be something that I would put in my shop and sell as is, so somebody could either add it to their personal library or make a junk journal with it. This one, I just love the style of the illustrations in here. This is also a pretty old one. The only thing about it here is it's like the plastic coating is lifting in various locations, so I don't know whether this would make a great cover for a journal. But look at these illustrations. They are very mid-century, really cool animal illustrations. So I liked this one quite a lot for that. And oh, this one says 1969. This one actually had some pencil marks on here, and you can still see the faint lines from them, but I did erase them because I love this picture, this page. I really love it, and I didn't want to I just didn't want to see those lines anymore. A lot of times those kind of marks don't bother me, but in this case they really did. There were lines and X's and all sorts of stuff on it. So I did get some Disney books, little golden books, because I have, I'm either going to make covers for regular junk journals, but I also just the other day decided to make these kind of things. Let me show you. This is a mini sketchbook. It's an accordion style sketchbook. I did post them on my Instagram the other day. They're super cute, pocket-sized sketchbooks. So they're not a junk journal. They would be for sketching. They have mixed media paper inside, but you could journal in them. You could journal and you could just write if you wanted to. You wouldn't have to do any drawings or anything, but that's how I like to use them. I use them for travel sketches and stuff like that. And these little golden books, if I don't want to make them into regular little golden book journals, junk journals, then they're perfect for this. And you just glue the end pages onto there, and it's great. So I did get these with the intention of using as covers somehow, whether they're large, this size or something small like that, I don't know. This one, I do like the pages inside for using in junk journals, even if I don't use the cover in one. The paper is has a patina to it, so it's really pretty. And the other thing this one has are these two like advertising pages. I don't think I've ever seen these in a little golden book before. So I don't know whether it's very common. Maybe in the older ones it was, but I've never seen it, and I've seen a number of old ones. So I thought these were really cool. Also, these books, I had these books when I was a kid. We had them in our family, and I love them. So I would love to be able to find these at a used bookstore or a library book sale or something like that. I haven't found any yet, but I have been looking. There is also Cinderella. This is a newer version. I don't think this is not my favorite illustration style, but the pages might be useful, and the cover is really cute. If you could cover up the barcode. So that one. I also got the Snow White, and I didn't realize until I got home, of course, because sometimes I'm in a hurry when I'm at the store, but there's this sticker residue on there. I haven't been able to get that off. But, you know, this is just a basic old, well-worn copy of Snow White. Alice, I did get this because I have plans to make some Alice books. But again, like on this one, if I wanted to just take just Snow White herself, she could be on the cover of one of those little accordion journals. Could do the same here, where it's just maybe Alice and the White Rabbit or something like that. So that's a possibility. And then this was in the clearance section, so I got it because I have a similar style book. This is not a little golden book. This is, I don't know what they called these. Anyway, it's a slightly larger, you know, different shape, slightly taller book. And this has the animal illustrations that I really like. I had fun using some of these style of images from the other one that I had for some Valentines that I made recently. So I like the illustrations in this one. And there's lots of different animals, so that's kind of nice. This cover, I think, it's a good size for a junk journal, so I might use it for that sometime. And then this, I was not going to buy these, but I started flipping through all the little golden books at the used bookstore, and they had this whole set. Look at that. This is all alphabet books. Now, I came home thinking I had the whole entire alphabet, and it wasn't until I was going through them, I was taking an inventory and cleaning the covers and stuff, and I realized I don't have C. It goes from B to D, and I also don't have L, so I'm missing 2 of them. But these are really cool. They are all from 1965. They are original to 1965, and the covers are all basically have some wear, like this one. I think they came from the same person's library, because they all basically are kind of in the same condition. But look at how cool they are. I have never seen these. I'd never heard of them before. They all look a little bit different. There are actually, this is interesting, there are 2 S books. There's the first book of S and the second book of S. Goes all the way to Z. And I also liked that the spines are all different colors of foil. Of course, my plan would be to use them for junk journals, so I don't save the foil spines. I know some people do, but I don't bother with that. So the one thing that bothered me about these was that the stickers they use at the bookstore cover the foil, and the foil is just too fragile to handle that. So this one is okay, but almost all of them have had some of that foil tear off when I took the stickers off, which is a bummer. But like I said, I don't find these very often. So what I wanted to say with a lot of these books that I show in these videos is, if you see something that you would really love to make a junk journal with, or just to have in your collection, feel free to contact me. I may or may not have a plan for any particular book, and I might be happy to pass them along. You never know. Or if you see something that you'd like me to make a journal from, you can always ask about that too. So I'll show you some of the inside pages in a couple of these. I think this was the little boy this was from his personal collection, because there's this name in not all of them, I don't think, but at least some of them have that. So the pages you see have the patina to them, which is nice. And actually the inside covers are different from most little golden books. That's pretty cool. And the back, they all have these illustrations, but the background color will be different depending on the cover. Well, I guess the front cover's color. So some of them are green, yellow, red. There's pink and blue, but all the little pictures are the same. So that's how they look on the back. And let's go back to A. They have a very mid-century vibe to the illustrations, which I love. And they're not like the other the picture book dictionaries that have the little squares. I have had several of these kind of books, and they always are set up this way, which is fun. But this is just a different setup, which I really like. And they seem to spend more time on any one particular word than the little dictionaries. So anyway, I think they're really, really cool. Oh, this one, so there's like 3 pages about animals. And we have aquarium. So you can see how those are set up. Let's look at B. Oh, that was cool. Oh, there's the bird pages. I like that. So yeah, I'm not sure. I might, like, if I keep these for myself, I might not use the covers for journals. I might just use the pages. I don't know exactly what I want to do. I just think these are really neat. All right. I don't think I'll go through all of them, but there you go. You can see how cool they are. I did think that one really cool way to use these would be for making a journal for a person, either a child or an adult, it doesn't matter, that has the initial of their first or last name. My son's name starts with R, so I thought about this one for him. I don't know. He probably wouldn't care that it's pink. We do sometimes call him a rhino because his name is Ryan. But anyway, oh, and he also loves, oh, this is funny. You know, this is 1965 ideas about dinosaurs. Yeah, so anyway, I think this is a pretty neat book. Oh, there's a rain page. I might need that for my rain journal. I don't know. So anyway, I just thought these were really cool. So if you see something here that you think would be absolutely fabulous to make a journal with, just let me know and I'll let you know whether I am willing to sell. Okay, so I have another stack of older books that these are all larger format ones. Now, these two are the two-sided books. So I actually bought these because of Peter Rabbit and Squirrel Nutkin, and I love those illustrations. I definitely had some dandelion books when I was a kid. So I could not find any dates in here, but I'm thinking these are from the 60s or 70s. So this one just has really the nice Beatrix Potter illustrations. And then the other side of both of them are Babar stories. And I also really liked Babar when I was a kid. Although these illustrations are not as appealing to me as the other ones. But one thing about it is because there's two different stories, like I probably wouldn't make a junk journal that has this one combined with that one. That just seems a little weird. But if you could figure out how to do it with these two for one and these two for another one, the only thing is, see, the edge of the book is not going to come, it's not going to go together the right way. So if you wanted to use that for the cover and Peter Rabbit on the back, the finished edge would be here, and that would be a cut edge, which wouldn't be so great. I don't know, maybe you could do it upside down, but that would also be kind of weird. So I don't know. I'm not sure how I will use these. They're actually in really good shape. Oh, this one's coming. The binding's coming loose there, so I wouldn't mind cutting that one up. This one, I think this one's in pretty good shape. You know, the binding is a little bit loose, but it's not bad. So, you know, I could pass that one along someday, perhaps. I don't know if I don't end up using it. So anyway, I've got those two. Also, this one is definitely, I think this was 68 or something like that. Let's see. Yes, 68. So I just, you know, these are the kinds of, well, this is falling apart. So I thought it needed junk journal attention, but I just like these illustrations. I know they don't appeal to a lot of junk journalers. They want floral and, you know, like really pretty journals. I actually really love interesting journals, and interesting can include lots of different things. So this feels like my childhood. So that's why I got that one. And then this one, I like the illustrations as well. Let's see, this was a library copy. So it's got this super heavy duty binding, so it's in great shape. But look at how cool these illustrations are. I love these. And in fact, They seem familiar to me, so I'm thinking, oh wait, let me see. Oh, this illustrator, I'm not sure that I've heard of. I don't even know if that's, I'm thinking that might be a woman, but anyway, I'm not sure that I've heard that name before, but I feel like I've seen these illustrations, so maybe I've either seen the book or seen some other things that this person illustrated. But anyway, I just thought they were great. I love the little owl there. And I like the color too. The monochromatic color scheme is really neat. Yeah, so there's that one. I also found one of these party books. Love these, and they are so great, these illustrations in here. Love the colors. I'm pretty sure this is my second copy of this book, so I've been using illustrations from these books before, but there's lots of color, lots of cool mid-century style. These little things that are cute. These fruit pages are great. So anyway, there's color throughout. It's a great book to use for journals. Child's Garden of Verses, I get this often. And I've had different illustrators. I'm pretty sure I've had this book with this illustrator, although in a different, I think the cover was different, but I'm pretty sure the illustrations on the inside are the same. So these are really beautiful. This is very nice paper too. This is not a terribly old book, I don't think, but the paper is it's a nice, thick, high quality paper and beautiful illustrations. So I would love to use this one. The only thing is this is also in pretty good condition, and I'm not sure I want to cut it up yet. A Child's First Picture Dictionary. I've had this one multiple times as well, and it's got the basic words in the little boxes. This book definitely has some damage. The binding is starting to come apart. Yeah, back here it's coming apart, so this one's fine to cut up. I also found Wonders of Nature, and I got this one also because it's damaged. It's got water damage, and that was not what I paid. These all had stickers on the back with the prices that I've taken off. So I don't remember the exact price of this one, but it was definitely less than that. This one, I have plans to do some nature journals, some animal journals. So that's probably how these pages would be used. I think the bird section was the part that I really liked the most, and there's a nice, let's see, where does it start? There we go. So the birds cover quite a few pages. Goes all the way up to there. So these are all bird pages. So that's probably my favorite part of the book, and the reason that I picked it. Some of these other ones I wouldn't necessarily use a lot of, but they do. There's dogs, which is good because I do have some ideas for dog themed journals. There's cats as well, and then there's this one, the butterflies. These are really pretty pages too. So something like this I might not end up using the whole book, but there are definitely sections that would be great to use. And a lot of these books, people are not necessarily filling their kids' bookshelves with these kinds of old ones. They want the new stuff, and so the old ones, they need to get love too. Now this is a very old book, and I think on this one I also could not find a year. I don't know why, but look at how big it is. It's really a large format book, pages have a really good patina. This is all about songs. And so large pages, or there's also quite a bit of text, but when you get past the text, there's some colorful illustrations. And actually, one of the illustrators, I think there was more than one illustrator. Yeah. Eloise Wilkin is one, and Margot Pisillo. And Eloise Wilkin, she's done a number of the illustrations on Little Golden Books, so I'm sure you've seen her style before, but she does a lot of children, so those are good. And then the music papers, I really like. I don't mind. I know some people don't like music pages with words, like they just want like classical music or something that has a lot of notes and not a lot of words or no words at all. But I actually don't mind having things like this that will remind you of childhood. I think that's a great addition to Junk Journal. There's a Christmas section in here somewhere. Well, there's a lot of different themes. Like there are baby songs. There's songs about mom and dad. There's songs about animals. Oh, the other thing that is really cool in here is there are these aged tapes, because this page was completely ripped out and somebody taped it back in. So there's aged tape on some of the pages, and it's really vintage stuff. There's birthday songs. Oh, Thanksgiving. Now this is Christmas here. So those will be good for my Christmas journals. Yeah, there's just lots and lots of stuff in here. And I know I saw another ripped page somewhere in here. So, like right here, this is all aged tape on there. And even here where it discolored the other page, that's pretty cool. And then there's these illustrations on the back, which are so sweet. So yeah, this book will be great, and it's already falling apart. The spine is very loose. It's coming apart. Some of the pages are ripped, some are falling out, so that one will be good to use. And then this is the last book that I want to show today. This is also got some damage. It's not actually falling apart here, but it's very loose in there, so I could run my finger down there and pull it apart. This one has really beautiful illustrations, big pages that could do a lot of stuff with. And I love pencil drawings. I love the poetry. So yeah, this is really cool. And there are some color illustrations, which are nice. Lots of stuff in here. So these will be great for children's style journals, which because I love children's illustration, I'm kind of tending more to do with those kinds of things. So anyway, I think I better stop there. This has gone on way longer than I planned, but I hope you enjoyed that little look at these thrift store treasures. I love old books, and especially old children's books, so it was a lot of fun. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.